All right, let me give you guys the latest, the greatest Gennady Golovkin news right off the bat real quick. Let me hit play. Okay, so you guys know the IBF, they're not real big on step-aside money. Recently, I think it was, I want to say Tyson Fury, tried to pay Deontay Wilder step-aside money, and basically the IBF said no. We're not going to do it. But now, from what I'm hearing from pretty creditable people, that the IBF, they might accept it. They might make an exception for Gennady Golovkin and Zermeta and Canelo. But you would have to pay the sanctioning body and Zermeta. Now, why would Golovkin do that? Well, it's number one, it's what the fans want. Number one. Number two, DAZN is also willing to give Gennady Golovkin a boatload of money. If he will pay the step-aside money, they'll pay it for him essentially by giving him a bonus to go immediately into the trilogy. Okay, so right now we know he's getting 25 million roughly per fight. They're saying, no, we'll tack on another 2, 3, 4, 5 million, right? That's a big incentive. And that'll cover your fees with the IBF. You can pay, Zermeta gets a nice little paycheck, doesn't even have to step foot in the ring, and we can go immediately into that trilogy. I mean, it's a real possibility. It might happen. And I've heard, like I said, from a few reliable people. Now, let's look at 160, okay? WBO, Demetrius Andrade. IBF, Gennady Golovkin. WBA, I think Canelo Alvarez. You guys fact check me on that, okay? Of course, WBC, Charlo, I was there when he got that belt, actually. Super middleweight, 168. You got Billy Joe Saunders, IBF, Caleb Plant. WBA Smith, and WBC David Benavidez, although I believe he's injured right now. And in light heavyweight, WBO vacant, because I think Canelo beat Sergey Kovalev, then he vacated the belt. IBF, Beterbiev, WBA Bivol, and of course, WBC Beterbiev. Why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because right now, look, that's the landscape. Canelo has a ton of options, although I would love to see Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders, okay? I mean, look, it's a great fight. To be honest, if I had to pick between the trilogy and that one, they're neck and neck. The only reason I want to see this damn trilogy that we all can't stop talking about is it's unfinished business, okay? I believe Golovkin won the first 2 fights. Second fight could have been a draw, okay? But I would edge it to Triple G. So we have unfinished business, but the problem is Gennady Golovkin, he's getting old. I mean, just turned, 38? Okay, so, and now they're talking about, that, you heard Jonathan Banks, right? We want the damn mandatory, then another fight, and then maybe Canelo, we're talking, into 2021? That's just not even reasonable, okay? That's not even, look, I mean, would you want to see it? Would you pay for it? No, come on now. Come on, people. No way, right? Okay, Eddie Reynoso, Canelo's coach, he's saying, if we do get that trilogy, we're going for the knockout. And he said, we're going for the early knockout. Now, he made that statement a few days ago. And what's weird to me is Canelo really seems to be pushing for this trilogy. Why now, right? Why now? Is it because he knows Gennady Golovkin has that mandatory title defense? So, therefore he wants to look like, hey, I'm really pushing for this? Because whenever Team Golovkin approached Canelo originally, he said, quote, you guys know the quote, there's nothing in it for me. I already beat him twice. No. Now he comes back and says, oh, okay, whoa, I take that back. I want the fight. And then now Golovkin is saying, well, now I have a mandatory. So, I mean, it's crazy. But look, if you really want to see that trilogy, there is good news here. Because like I said, the IBF, typically they don't bend, they don't break, okay? They're not about that step-aside money. But right now, they're entertaining the idea. And like I said, it would basically be paid by DAZN. Because DAZN would be giving Golovkin a bonus. And a part of that, I'm sure it would be worked into the equation, would go to the IBF and Zermeta. It's a possibility. But look, let me be honest. I don't see Golovkin doing that, okay? Even if that option was on the table, right? If that option was on the table and the IBF said, yeah, sure, we're cool with it. Here's our amount. Here's the paperwork. I think Golovkin would want that tune-up, as they call it. The mandatory with Zermeta, that IBF mandatory. But you guys know how I feel about that. I feel like, when you're getting, $20 million, you're a veteran in the game, you don't need a tune-up, right? I mean, think about that. Do you think every boxer out there is gonna cry, oh, I need a tune-up because we've all been off because of this pandemic? I don't think so. I think Canelo will go immediately into a good fight. I think Charlo will go immediately into a good fight. I think Demetrius Andrade will go immediately, or at least they're going to try. Their heart's going to be in the right place. They're going to try. But to intentionally say, I need a tune-up fight, what does that say? I mean, I understand, he had a couple of tough fights with Canelo, the Darby and Checo fight, but he also had, Steve Rolls and, Vanez Marty Rosen. There was a few cakewalks in there as well. So I don't like when I hear, a veteran professional boxer saying, well, I need a tune-up. I don't know. That just kind of rubs me the wrong way. And we know, and to me, what good does it really do to go in there and knock a guy out that we know he's going to knock out? I mean, I could understand if it was just a little higher of caliber of fighter. But, Zermeta, like I told you guys, go look at his resume. The last 3 fights, his last 3 opponents had, I want to say, 24, 25 losses combined, meaning he did really nothing to get in that position. But right now it's not really a stacked division as far as, mandatories and rankings go. So I would imagine it'd be an easy win for Gennady Golovkin is my point. So I don't see what good that mandatory title defense would do. How is that a tune-up? If you want a tune-up, do some sparring, right? Bring some tough sparring partners in, right? To me, that's how you shake the rust off. So I don't understand any of it. I'm not trying to, dog on Golovkin, or anything like that, but it doesn't make any sense to me. I understand the time off, but all boxers are off right now. I understand, he's probably thinking, well, I haven't been in the ring in so long. Let me back up a little bit. I haven't been in the ring in a long time, so I need to shake the rust off. Well, you do that in sparring, but again, imagine if every boxer did that. We'd have the most boring matchups ever. Also, I told you guys, DAZN, Golden Boy, Top Rank, K2 Promotions, all of them, all the big dogs, they're all going to be competing for your dollar, for your attention, for your everything when the world opens back up. So I think we're going to get a bunch of great fights right out the gate. So it would be a shame, to see Golovkin fighting someone that we know he can beat. I mean, I don't know if you guys have actually looked into Zermeta, but he's a lot smaller. Hasn't really accomplished much. I mean, hey, maybe he's a nice guy, I don't know. But I'm saying, we're talking about boxing right now. Just strictly boxing. We're talking about business. I mean, hasn't done much to get... And I would say, and I don't think many of you Golovkin fans out there would argue with me, that Zermeta is probably the weakest opponent that Golovkin has ever faced. So to me, it's not a good look. It's a red flag. It's a telltale sign. Why? Okay? Why? Why is that IBF so important right now? It doesn't make any sense to me, especially when you're being offered the option for step-aside money. Okay, but then, here comes the argument, right? Here comes the hardcore. Well, he needs a tune-up fight. Then you have to apply that standard to every boxer on the planet right now because they've all been out of the ring for a while. By the time they get back into the ring, it's going to be another, at least, couple of months, at least. So... look, those are dangerous waters to get into. So, I don't know, guys. I might leave it at that. So I just want to get on here and give you guys a few updates as of now. Teddy Atlas saying Gennady Golovkin, he's a shot fighter. Of course, that's making the news and circulation again. We've already heard it, old news. Golovkin came out, said, yes, I'm training, but I'm training at home. He said, yeah, I'm trying to stay in shape, trying to stay active. So when the world reopens, I can get back down to California, LA, wherever he's going to be training and, get in the gym and make it happen. But you guys know, rule of thumb, you need 2 months. You need 2 months to prepare for a fight. We're talking promotion, contracts, training camp, all that. So let's say they started today. Today's May 1st, right? You got April, May, June. So into June, July, it's a possibility. I doubt it. But these guys need to think ahead. They need to think like they need to stay in shape. Start making deals now. So when they come back, we can get awesome matchups. But I don't know, guys. So there it is. I mean, you tell me what you think in the comments section. Is that a good option for Golovkin to shake off the IBF, pay a little money, and really it's not coming out of his pocket. DAZN's willing to pay for it. And these are just rumors right now. Okay, I haven't heard anyone confirm this at DAZN, but I have heard through the grapevine, Team Golovkin, talking about this, that it might be an option, even on Canelo's side. Like I said, I've heard it from pretty reliable people. So What do you guys think about that? Are you for it? Are you against it? Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? And most of you, I know most of you don't even care about the trilogy, and you're, you know, especially not in 2021. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. Sub to the channel, and I'll be back later tonight. I got another video coming out tonight. Well, you know, I was going to tell you what it's going to be about, but stay tuned. Stay tuned. I got a good video coming out tonight. All right, guys, leave it below.